this is the team I picked. You've got lots of injury problems. You've got to go and sort it out. And to a certain degree, they started the second half really well.
De Bruyne, Mahrez, İlkay Gundogan, sitting idle right now. Fernandinho, João Cancelo, again, asked to do too much on the touchline.
You can add Rodri to that list as well.
Yeah, and we thought might be on. Fernandinho picked up that long-awaited yellow card. It's all been very relaxed, even down on the touchline.
I just think Jurgen Klopp realises that Man City aren't going to cause his team too many problems. Yes, they had the chance with Jesus going through. But he feels at any time they can pick up the pace again and go and cause City problems.
Fabinho. For Salah, Zinchenko had no other choice but to head the ball out of play. 80th minute. Once you get an 8 on that scoreboard, and we're counting down the last 10, there's usually an extra level of urgency. There has to be from a Manchester City point of view. Younger supporters are going to experience contrasting fortunes at the end, possibly in 10 minutes' time. Alexander-Arnold, Luis Diaz, comfortable for Stefan. He's got nobody really to get the ball out to, not quickly. Zinchenko, Ake.
See, this is when you were talking about urgency. Look how slow Man City's build-up's going to be here. Where's Stones going to go with this one?
Patience is a virtue, but maybe not with 10 minutes to go in an FA Cup semi-final with 2 goals to get. Liverpool subs have been warming up all half. Henderson is on. There's just no activity at all behind Pep Guardiola. Van Dijk.
I think we are going to see some activity from Guardiola. He's just called one of his subs down. It looks like, so it could be Mahrez.
Yeah, I think it is. And he's not going to get a chance to warm up. He's been flung straight on here. Mane. Robertson. Mane gives it away. So does Grealish. We teed it up at the start, didn't we, with the top 2 teams in England. As Salah goes on a run, Stefan will get it. Arguably the top 2 teams in Europe. They've not really shown it today, and we're not taking anything away from Liverpool with that. City have been way off beam, and Liverpool haven't had to be at their best. They're doing enough.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Grealish. Gabriel Jesus. Comes off the heel of Foden. And Michael Oliver has said that Jesus was tripped. It's a free kick. 25, 26, 27 yards out. Central position.
I'm not quite sure where the foul was here. Maybe there, Canate coming out, just clipping Jesus. He was trying to play the ball through for himself rather than playing it for Foden.
Here's the change. Jesus' final act is to win this free kick. And on comes Riyad Mahrez. 4 FA Cup goals this season, and they've come in his last 3 games in the competition. Well,
this would be an
introduction. He's played in the competition this season.
This would be an introduction if he comes straight on and takes this free kick.
City's top scorer in all competitions this season with 22 goals. In response, a double change to be made by Jurgen Klopp. Firmino and Jota are ready. Sterling or Mahrez? Yeah, Mahrez's first run is a dummy run. It's Sterling, and it was a dud of a shot. What a waste.
Well, you can understand why Mahrez didn't want to take it, having just come on, and as you mentioned, no warm-up at all.
You're saying he didn't want to? I think he did want to. I think Sterling stopped him from doing so. Well, there is to be no Liverpool hat-trick at Wembley today. Not from that man anyway. Sadio Mane is off. 2 goals in the first half. What a gift. What a great. And Luis Diaz is making his way to the touchline too. Roberto Firmino and Diogo Jota to come on. What a couple of changes to have up your sleeve.
Yeah, Diaz played well, didn't he? Likewise, Mane. It's a good battle between Diaz and Cancelo. And probably over the course of the game, Diaz just about won that battle.
Firmino 2 goals in midweek against Benfica. Jota a goal at Manchester City last Sunday. The player whose goal at Nottingham Forest in the quarter-finals got Liverpool here today. Thiago, Salah. Henderson is charging up to help him. Salah might have the chance. Zinchenko's only half stopped him. And the shot is straight at Zach Steffen.
Well, it fell very nicely for Salah. He was trying to backheel it for the run of Alexander-Arnold. It's actually Henderson that made the run, as you mentioned. Comes back on his left foot. Too close to the goalkeeper.
João Cancelo. Liverpool have been bossing the passing today, and Thiago's top of the tree.
I think that sums up Man City's passing performance today. Sterling, the highest player on that list for the men in blue.
And how many of those have been passes that could have hurt Liverpool?
Not very many.
Curtis Jones, he's ready to get on to aid Liverpool's bid to complete the job. Thiago might have played his last pass. Sterling, oh dear, it's getting from bad to worse for him today. Not his day, not City's day, unless they can stage something that Wembley doesn't see too often in the last 4 minutes plus a bit more. He had a whale of a time on this field last summer at the European Championships in an England shirt, but just down the road from where he grew up, Raheem Sterling has not been able to sparkle in this one. And Thiago is going to go off now for Curtis Jones to get a few minutes. Liverpool are nearly there, booking their place to be back here on May the 14th to face Chelsea or Crystal Palace in a North versus South duel to win the Emirates FA Cup.
He had a good game, Thiago. Closed the ball down well, but his passing was quite often simple but effective. Gets a big hug from Jurgen Klopp.
21-year-old Jones announced himself really with a corking goal in the FA Cup, January 2020 against Everton. Fernandinho, there's Bernardo Silva. Bounce of the ball was not particularly kind to anybody but Alisson there. Good spot from him. Quickly out to Jones. Diogo Jota. Henderson. Steffen's decided it's his. He'll have a lot to think about tonight.
It won't be very pleasant either, will it? Massive mistake that will be played over and over again in his mind.
Huge opportunity for him. Big stage, worldwide viewers. Is he worthy of being Manchester City's deputy goalkeeper? You know, it's not just about this afternoon, that one. Fernandinho's lost it to Fabinho. It's Firmino. Salah with a shimmy and a shake is past Zinchenko, but not Nathan Ake. And goal kick is Michael Oliver's verdict on that.
You were absolutely right 5-6 minutes ago when you said Nathan Ake has been Man City's best player. He has been outstanding. Covered for Zinchenko on that occasion, got across, stopped it. Probably should have been a corner, mind you.
Zinchenko made that simple enough for Fabinho. Liverpool fans are counting down now. We're about to enter the 90th minute. As things stand, we're told that there will be a minimum of 4 more at the end of it. Surely not enough time for even Manchester City to score the 2 goals that they need. Alexander-Arnold with time to find Alisson. Robertson. Cancelo. Just thinking, Stuart, has Mahrez had a touch?
I don't think he has. He fought for a couple of challenges with Robertson and lost out. You mentioned how would this result affect both teams psychologically. This is a massive, massive win for Liverpool, I think.
There's Foden. Here comes Mahrez, involved in the game. That's what he's been brought on for, and he's done pretty well. Couldn't score, but Bernardo Silva can. Hold on to your hats. Grandstand finish coming. 3-2 at Wembley. Maybe the treble dream is still just about beating for Manchester City.
That is a magnificent bit of play from Mahrez. Good first touch. There's nothing else on, so he tries to beat the goalkeeper Alisson at the near post, and it falls nicely. Look at the pace, the control, the vision to go in at the near post. No one he can find. And there's Bernardo Silva in the right place.
Well, Manchester City will now, you would expect, tear at Liverpool. There is a slight delay. The goal was being checked for a possible offside by VAR, but no such thing. It is 3-2, and we're into injury time, and Manchester City have done this in stoppage time before. 4 minutes, said the board. Here's Grealish, stopped by Alexander-Arnold. Game on. We thought it was game over.
Well, I think Manchester City thought it was game over. There wasn't really too much inspiration. Thiago was walking off the field slowly, congratulating everybody. Klopp had almost thought the game was won.
Liverpool let slip a 3-1 lead against Benfica the other night. Ake, Fernandinho! It's a corner.
Big chance. Ake did well just to head it down to Fernandinho. Who does it come off? Who gets the block in? Maybe Van Dijk.
Grealish with the Manchester City corner. Alisson's gone for it. One hand on it. There's Mahrez, too high. Another deflection, another corner. Echoes of 1999 when then third-tier City came back against Gillingham. 2 goals to find late on. In from Mahrez, out from Van Dijk. Grealish, taken by Sterling, straight at Alisson. Will there be another chance?
But he actually did well, Sterling. Ball was fizzed into it, controlled it well. Opens up his body, he knows exactly what he wants to do, bend it into the far corner. But it's too close to Alisson. What an end to the game we've had here.
Wasn't just dribbling to a conclusion, it had petered out. But all of a sudden Manchester City have hope and they have fuel in their tanks. And here's Grealish. Zinchenko. What they don't have is time on their side. Stones is up. Van Dijk's beaten him. Salah. Firmino. Salah. Zinchenko gets across. Salah gets into the box and puts it wide. Again.
Was never going to wrap his foot round that one. He didn't buy enough space for himself.
Not long left. The board said 4 minutes. We've just about played 4 minutes additional. There's Van Dijk. Here's Robertson, who will punt it long, looking for the run of Salah. And Stefan is out to use his head and give it to Firmino. Firmino is through. Saved by Stefan. Salah tries to get onto the ball, but he's fouled Zach Stefan. It'll be a City free kick. There might not be time to take it. Michael Oliver's already had a look at both the watches on his wrists. Stefan has to go long. Helped on by Stones. Another look at the watch on his left arm. Alexander-Arnold will let it go, and that should do it for Liverpool. It shouldn't have been this hard for Liverpool. A rueful look on the face of both bosses. It's been a curious sort of afternoon at Wembley. But it's Liverpool's afternoon, and they will be back here on Saturday the 14th of May to contest their first FA Cup final since 2012. Job done, Stuart, in the first half.
Absolutely. Man City never got going. They made mistakes. They played out from the back poorly. Liverpool played with more intensity. They looked the more dangerous side, and they got their reward. Second half, yes, Man City came back, but you always felt that Liverpool were the better team throughout the game. It ended up being close, but all being told, Liverpool deserved winners.
The battle will go on between these two in the English Premier League, in the UEFA Champions League perhaps, but in the FA Cup, it's Liverpool who march on with a full-time score at Wembley of Manchester City 2, Liverpool 3.
Players disappear. Transfers disappear. Jobs disappear. Emotion disappears. When piracy appears, football disappears. Protect your team.
Is supported by BKT, the agricultural tire expert.
Si tú me dejas, te invito a que dejemos todo a un lado, que empieza la liga y esa que me dices que sí, que sí, que sí, que sí, sí que me dices que sí, que sí, que sí, que sí, sí que me dices que sí. La liga.
For the Valencia manager, possibly the game against Betis in Seville next Saturday will be the biggest game of his managerial career. For now, it's all about La Liga. They have to get through this game against Arrasate. Is always battling Osasuna. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Villarreal in the derby. And for Osasuna, well, Arrasate himself has said this week that he's been a bit disappointed with their away form of late. Remember, this is a team who got off to a fabulous start on the road to the season. winning 4 in the first 4 games, but of late they've been struggling a little bit away from El Sadar. In the fixture between these two sides in Pamplona in September, Valencia were clear 4-1 victors. The players are out on the playing surface, the sun is shining in Mestalla and the Orlandi, a perfect scenario for 90 minutes of La Liga football.
Absolutely, Simon. How are you? Perfect scenario, a perfect day, sunny Valencia, la capital del Turia, and a good opportunity for both sides because obviously you mentioned the Copa del Rey final, the most important game in Bordalás' managerial career. But you also mentioned that they play in Villarreal on Tuesday night. They're only 4 points behind Villarreal. They win today, they go 1 point behind. Obviously, Villarreal have to play tonight after them. And then they got an opportunity to qualify via La Liga to Europe, you know, with that 7th place, which is up for grabs. The same goes for Osasuna, just 1 point behind Valencia. So this game could mean a lot for this European, you know, charge. And obviously, you want to build yourself up to the Copa del Rey final with good results, and it all starts today at home against Osasuna. You mentioned Yago Barrasate's side. The start they had of the season away from home was spectacular. They used to play with 3 at the back. Let's see if today is going to use the same system, because the form of late playing away from home hasn't been the same. They turn things around playing at home, but away they haven't been at their level. And obviously, they don't want to end up the season in no man's land. They win today, and they still have hope of qualifying to the Conference League, to that 7th place, depending on what happens in the Copa del Rey final. So there's still a lot to play for, and I'm sure it's going to be an interesting game today at Mestalla, Simon.
We've seen the Valencia lineup. Here's the visitors with Sergio Herrera in goal. At the back, Nacho Vidal, Aridane, David Garcia. We don't know if it'll be Cote and Manu Sanchez, or Cote or Manu Sanchez, as Andres says. Moncayola, Oyer and Toro in midfield. Up front, Ante Budimir and Chimi Avila. The Valencia lineup that we just saw a few moments ago: Mamadashvili in goal, Fouquier, Diakabi, Hugo Guillamon and Gaia at the back. In midfield, playing wide, El Da Costa on the right and Brian Hill on the left, with Elias Moriba and Uros Racic in the middle of the park. Up front, Hugo Duro and Gonzalo Guedes on fine form this season with 11 La Liga goals already to his name. There's Brian Hill on loan from Tottenham Hotspur, and a fabulously exciting talent playing on the left of the Valencia midfield.
As we see Claudio El Piojo Lopez, what a player he was.
He used to cause Van Gaal particularly nightmares when he was manager of Barcelona, didn't he, Piojo Lopez?
Absolutely.
Valencia's a club, Andrea, where the returning former players always get an absolutely fabulous reception.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a huge club. Obviously, Piojo Lopez was a big player for them. Every time he's back, the fans, give the applause and the ovation that he deserves. And he was wearing the famous number 7 shirt that you mentioned. Gonzalo Guedes is having a great season, probably one of the apps of Bordalás, to improve the performance levels of, the Portuguese star.
Well, the game underway. Valencia, of course, in their traditional first choice kit: white shirts, black shorts, white socks. And Osasuna in their change strip today. I guess we're going to call it pink. They're attacking the goal to the right of your screens. Elias failing to control that one.
Well, in the team in pink, the doubt was if they're going to play with 3 at the back, Cote being one of the centre backs. It looks like Coque is going to be the fullback, and Manu Sanchez is going to play ahead of him. Doubling fullbacks, Osasuna, something that this man used to do at Getafe, week in, week out.
Well, we said that the game next weekend against Betis in Seville, the cup final, is probably the biggest game in Bordalás' career. He's made 5 changes for this game. Key players being rested today, starting on the substitutes bench: Thierry Correia, Carlos Soler and Omar Alderete, who I think we all expect to see in that cup final starting 11. Yeah,
absolutely. But the 11 players picked for today's game, they got an opportunity to show, Bordalás. He knows more or less the team is going to pick for the Copa del Rey final. But you're always going to make your coach doubt if you're not sure you're going to be starting on the Copa del Rey final. So make sure these 2 games ahead of the big night, you do well, just to give a headache or two to your manager.
Cote there, one of the two left backs that Andrea mentioned. Adresati's started in the 11 today. Takes a long throw. And early positivity from the visitors. Mamadashvili, who seems to have cemented his role as first choice keeper, collecting that one without too many difficulties.
Yeah, we've seen the three of